man? We back. Yo, YouTube is fucking tripping, man. This is annoying. We're in the middle of a stream and it totally froze out. We lost everybody that was in the stream. This shit is crazy. I don't know what happened. If you're just coming back, smash the like button. I'm trying to see what happened. Yeah, YouTube is tripping. Yeah, you ain't never lied. Who was that? Tyro Garcia? Yeah, YouTube is tripping. It just froze me out. See? They got rid of net neutrality. They try to shut us down when we're making too many points. Hey, if you want to come, if you want to make the points, you still want me to make the point, they can't shut us down. Can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? They can't shut us down. They can't stop what we're doing. See, that's how you know we too hot for TV and too real for the radio. Yeah, YouTube messing up the whole thing. We had over 100 likes and 200 people in here, and now we got to start over. All right. So listen, maybe I have to go quicker since they trying to shut us down, man, on the YouTube. Listen, Abel Sanchez in that interview, he says he's predicting Jermall Charlo to knock out Hugo Centeno in a fight that doesn't happen because the fight's in March, right? So I'm telling you, this is like casual repellent. Casual repellent. You're gonna get a casual who's gonna say, "Oh yeah, of course he's gonna pick Jermall Charlo because Hugo Centeno, he's a bum, he's not this and that," and they're gonna try to belittle Hugo Centeno to make it like he's not a good victory for Charlo, right? So my question is this. Exhibit A. Do y'all want to know? Do y'all want me to tie this all together now? Abel Sanchez says Jermall Charlo is going to knock out Hugo Centeno. So this is how you kill the casuals who are going to try to make it sound like Hugo Centeno is a cherry pick or whatever, right? If y'all want to know, can I get a hell yeah? Eagle Army, stand up. I got to know that you guys are engaged because I'm engaged like a motherfucker. Man, all I need is a couple hell yeses to get me back on track. Can I get a hell yeah? Okay. Now, for those who are the casuals are going to try to step up and make it like Hugo Centeno ain't a good fighter. Shout out to this interview on Fight Hype. Hugo Centeno Jr. recalls sparring with Gennady Golovkin. It was great work. Damn, homie. High school, you was the man, homie. So let's tie it all together. Hugo Centeno was called in, I'm presuming, by Abel Sanchez to spar with Gennady Golovkin. I think more than once. Don't quote me on that. But I know they sparred together. So why is Abel so confident that Jermall Charlo is going to knock out Hugo Centeno Jr.? You know what I mean? And again, you can't make it like Hugo Centeno is not a good fighter, because if that were the case, then you would have to ask yourself, why would Golovkin have him in camp? Why would Abel Sanchez send for him in camp or whatever if he wasn't a good fighter? You know what I mean? Why would you want a non-good fighter in your camp? So that just kills the casuals argument right there, because he's been in camp with not only Triple G, but Canelo. So you gotta do something, baby. So once again, a guy you had in your camp, Hugo Centeno Jr., and you requested him, I think more than once, why would you have him in camp? You know what I mean? And then furthermore, why are you so confident that Jermall Charlo will knock out Hugo Centeno Jr., a guy you had in your camp working with Golovkin? You know what I'm saying? You got to make that make sense. Hey, Joshua Cotto, step in the hot seat, because you talking like a buffoon. You talking about because journeymen make good sparring partners? You sound like an idiot. How is he a journeyman with 1 loss? Hot seat. Everybody grab your popcorn. So Golovkin's this slayer of people, right? But for sparring, don't top champions get tough sparring? Why would you get someone who's a journeyman? Especially when they say he hits like a cruiserweight. So that doesn't even make sense. But please try to use your bullshit logic to explain how it makes sense. So explain how a guy with 1 loss is a journeyman who's gonna be a mandatory for Golovkin if he wins. And we're waiting. This is what they always do. Take forever. Hey Cotto, I get if your last name is Cotto, I guess I'm Antonio Margarito with the loaded wraps, the Paris of plaster, cause you getting Cotto. I promise you that. I bet $100 I won't lose to this dude in this hot seat. Where's Cotto at? Come get Margarito'd with your weak ass talking points. So how's he a journeyman? He replied, hold on. Why would you get other champions to spar? You get gatekeepers and journeymen or young fighters. You sound like an idiot. You could get former champion. What are you talking about? There's no one rule. You get, a lot of people get former champions. You know what I'm saying? Like Peter Quillen sparred with Golovkin. He was a champion at the time, or a former champion. So you don't, what are you talking about? You just get journeymen and slouches. So you're, man. Oh, that's the reason Chris Cyborg was sparring Clarissa Shields. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, where do they make y'all? Where do they make these casuals? There must be a factory or something. Oscar sparred with Mosley. Oscar also sparred with Edwin Valero, who has all fucking knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao used to spar with fucking Amir Khan, right? Back when Amir Khan was like, you know what I'm saying, super stupid fast and everything. He was sparring with Jorge Linares. Errol Spence was sparring with Adrian Broner and Lamont Peterson as he was coming up. So what are you even talking about? You spar with, I'm sure you spar with different people. Maybe some of them are journeymen, but when has that been the method to purposely get shitty people? Hey, you gotta do something, baby. Yeah, and see, listen. See, Abel he gotta explain this. Listen. I don't even know why I'm on this track. All I gotta do is let the fans and my shooters, the outlaws, ride on you. That's it. Cause they're coming up with great ass points. And Cotto is getting Cotto'd. Where was that? I seen that. Someone said, Cotto, you dead, fam. Someone said, if you train with scrubs, you never get better. That's what I'm talking about. So you just spar all bums, and then that's supposed to be world-class work, huh? Diana Cervantes says, stop promoting Charlo. He hasn't fought nobody good at 160. You make me stop promoting Charlo. How about that? That's when I'll stop, when you make me stop. And since we know that's not happening, moving on. See, and that's the thing. Why I gotta stop promoting someone who, in my opinion, he hasn't done nothing wrong. See how, this is what the casuals do. Okay, we gotta get Josh Cotto out of here. He said, who the hell says journeymen are bums? Salito is like a journeyman. Okay, you really don't know shit about boxing. You call someone a journeyman, which is an insult. Go up to Go up to Canelo and be like, hey, dog, you a journeyman, and see if he slapped the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody call Golovkin a journeyman. Say, hey, you fight like a journeyman, dog. There's no boxer that's gonna take that and be happy that you called him a journeyman. That's an insult. That's basically saying someone's a bum. You clearly don't know. Anyway, this is either Cotto versus Margarito or Cotto versus Pacquiao. Well, fuck, maybe it's Cotto versus Saddam Ali or Cotto versus Mayweather. But all I know, it's an L. Let's vote. If Cotto got that L, okay, he says journeyman is not an insult, you fool. Okay, so why is no one calling Errol Spence a journeyman? Why is no one calling that? Usually they say like, oh, after Broner takes a couple losses, they say, oh, he's a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? When Broner was undefeated, nobody was calling him a journeyman, you moron. You can't fuck with me. Well, I don't even know why you're trying. Broner is a gatekeeper. Listen, if you know more than me, why is no one calling Anthony Joshua a journeyman? Why is no one calling Errol Spence a journeyman? Hey, shooters, get this JFK style. Headshot, red dot. Get him out of here. He's done for. The fans have already voted. Hey, get Cotto out here. We had to get him with the plaster gloves. Sorry, Cotto. Journeyman or sea level fighter. Well, you about to get your sea level. You about to be at sea level. We about to drop you in the ocean. So how's that for sea level? You about to be sea level when we toss you off this fucking yacht. We in the yacht, you in the ocean, you sea level now. Hey, shooter, do I got any shooters on deck? Do I got any shooters? We gotta get Cotto up out of here. Hey, my shooters didn't come back into this one. Oh yeah, we did get him. Yeah, man. Y'all crazy. Some of y'all are crazy. Some of y'all are real life crazy. So he's gonna try to flip it to make it sound like journeyman is a positive thing to call people. Hey, you journeyman, great fight, champ. That don't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense at all. But anyway, that deads the point for the casuals who are going to try to make an excuse like Hugo Centeno is not a good fighter. Because once again, why did Abel have him in camp? Damn, he's pretty big though, because Golovkin's like 5'10" and a half, I think. You know what I mean? So yeah, back to this Charlo situation, man. Back to the Charlo situation. The bottom line is, it's a good fight. I don't care what nobody's talking about. It's a good fight. Hey, how is this dude still in here? Hey, you gotta go, bro. That motherfucker came back with a vengeance. Bye-bye, Cotto. Or Cotto, whatever your name is. Damn, they be hacking into the mainframe, trying to come back into it. I'm bringing an ego where you at. Listen, I don't deal with desperate dudes, so you can keep bringing it by yourself. Sit down and wait your turn, if you get a turn. Yo, ego, why do you talk shit and when we catch you, you not being accurate? You can't even recognize it with dropping a backhand compliment. Who the fuck is we? Who are you? He's like, yeah, man, we every time we catch you, who is we? You French, motherfucker? We. Leave me alone. You talking about, yeah, man, every time we catch you, who is we? I don't even know who we is. Oh, we. Damn, someone said stop crying, whole log off. See, that's what I'm saying, man. We got people on deck. The fans ain't. This is what they think about you. Hey, bro, you gotta chill. We up in here paying. What if you paid? Can you pay my cell phone bill? Can you pay my car note? Oh, that's right. My car note's paid all the way until May. So, you know what I'm saying? What did you pay? What are you talking about? Man, y'all tripping. I'm talking about we, man, we. Every time we catch you, we pay you. Who's we? Anyway, the fans ain't fuck with you, so we ain't spending more time talking about you. So, yeah, man, Charlo's a good fight. Charlo's a real good fight for either Canelo or Triple G. Y'all got to stop making excuses. Because, again, nobody made excuses. Nobody has shit to say when Canelo fought a welterweight. Right? When he fought Amir Khan. Nobody said shit when he fought Liam Smith. Nobody said shit when Golovkin was fighting, Matthew Macklin, Adama. Matthew Macklin got knocked out by Sergio Martinez. Fact. I believe it was in the 11th round. Fact. Right? So, you know what I mean? No one said nothing. So, Wade, fucking Dominic Wade and Willie Monroe, you know what I'm saying? Nobody said nothing. This is at least probably a more competitive fight. Hey, we got to get dude up out of here. He obviously don't have a Valentine because he won't leave me alone. So, he thinks I'm going to be his Valentine. But he's sadly mistaken. Get up out of here. What do you think of Spence wanting to fight Canelo? You notice I ain't made no videos about it because at the end of the day, Golden Boy, like Bernard Hopkins is talking about Errol Spence, he got to earn a shot and all this shit. So surprisingly, even though Canelo's 2 divisions higher, surprisingly, Golden Boy is the one kind of X-naying the fight. And you know what I'm saying? So, not much to talk about. Bernard Hopkins has an interview where he's like, oh yeah, Errol Spence, he's a good fighter, but he gotta make a name for himself. You can't just call out Canelo or some shit like that. But again, Amir Khan could get the fight. You know what I mean? So whatever. I'm not putting too much thought into it. They're in different divisions and they're on different networks. And they're with different like entities, promoters and advisors and shit. Plus Bernard Hopkins said that, so fuck it. I don't really see that happening. And there, I mean, realistically, there's too many good fights at 147 to be too worried about that. You know what I mean? Fights that actually can happen. Like Keith Thurman's on the same side of shit. At least Bob Arum has entertained in interviews, at least talking about making the Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really worried about Canelo. He's been calling out Canelo. And Canelo. Man, Canelo would knock him out. Shit, then why doesn't he take the fight? Listen, you guys kill me with this. Like, the fans, y'all need to, I don't know what you can do, but you need to try to get in some of these boxing gyms. Because apparently the fans, they need to be on the teams of different fighters because they have more confidence than the actual team, it seems. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like, oh, Jermall Charlo will get slapped by Golovkin. Abel didn't say one word about Triple G sleeping him. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the fan is saying. So it's like, how's the fan, how are you a fan and you more confident than the actual fighter in question or the team? You know what I mean? Like, same thing with Pacquiao. Pacquiao, a couple years ago before the Jeff Horn loss, they were talking about him fighting Crawford. I was making videos about it. I'm like, it's a good fight. I would favor Crawford. They're like, fuck no. Crawford gets destroyed. He'll get annihilated. Okay, if he'll get annihilated, why doesn't Pacquiao do that? That's a hell of a That's a hell of a consolation prize after losing to Floyd Mayweather. Meaning, you lost to Floyd Mayweather. If you beat Terrence Crawford, it's not like he is Mayweather, but he's like considered one of this generation's Mayweather type fighters. You know what I mean? So if Pacquiao will blast Crawford, why not? Let's see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I keep saying the same thing. Y'all gonna get tired of hearing me say it. If Joshua knocks out Wilder brutally, let's see it. If Triple G knocks out Charlo, let's see it. If Keith Thurman will body Errol Spence, let's see it. That's what I'm gonna keep saying. Let's see it. Because my thing is, I don't even really care about who wins. I care about what's good for boxing. You know what I mean? And actually seeing it and giving it to the fan. Let's see it. LSI. Let's see it. Like CSI with an L. LSI. Let's see it. Pacquiao fans always talking about how he'll beat somebody he blatantly ducked. That's funny. Who is this Chi-Town dude y'all want me to chop up in the hot seat? Y'all too hyped you. Okay, Chi-Town. Do you choose to be in the hot seat? You have so much to say and a million comments. I'm gonna give you the option. Do you want to be in the hot seat, arguing the point you were making? See, you're leaving 4 to 6 comments in a short period of time. Fans put me onto your name by calling you out, and then I ask you if you want to be in the hot seat, and you say nah. Why? If you're that confident in what you're saying, then why not do the hot seat? What do you mean? Yeah, you're down for the hot seat now because I called you out about how you just ducked the hot seat. What do you speak English? Which one is it? Do you want to do the hot seat, Chi-Town or Chi-Town? Do you want to do the hot seat using the arguments that you just said about Charlo? Yes or no? Whatever you say, I'm gonna consider that the answer. Do you want to be in the hot seat? Oh, he speaks English. He was putting English sentences. See, where is he at? Yes or no? Who your best fighter? Listen, I'm not playing these games with you. Stop asking me questions. You just said who's your best fighter when yes or no, the maximum amount of letters that you would need to type would be 3. Yes requires 3 letters, no requires 2. And you're saying hands down Canelo the best. Stop putting stuff. I'm asking if you want to be in the hot seat. We'll see if you are the best. Yes or no. Listen, if you put anything else other than a yes or no, then you're automatically out of here. Because that's all people want to know is, do you want to do the hot seat? Diss a clown. Okay, well, diss motherfucker dismissed. That's what you talking about. Oh, shit, I made him a moderator on accident. Hold on, let me... Hey, Chi-Town try to hack into this shit. Bye-bye, Chi-Town. Get the fuck up out of here. Myron, $3 super chat, Shmoney Gang. In a tournament at middleweight, who you picking? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. That's a good question. See, but that's why I want to see it. I don't have one person. You know what I mean? Daniel Jacobs, Charlo, Triple G, Canelo. You know what I mean? Billy Joe. I don't know. That's why I want to see it. BOE1, $5 super chat, Shmoney Gang. You first have to be a fan of the sport in order to be a true fan of a fighter. Exactly. So, I definitely don't think Canelo would emerge. I don't. So you see Canelo beating Charlo and Daniel Jacobs? I don't see that. I love Canelo to death, but I don't see that. Canelo had he had problems with movers like Floyd Mayweather, who has brittle hands, was almost 40, 37 or some shit, and he's not as big as these other dudes. Daniel Jacobs is athletic, and he was moving on Golovkin. He has the ability to switch. Man, whatever. I'm not even gonna get too far because the motherfuckers don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. They don't want to fight, or their teams or somebody. It doesn't seem like they want to make the fight. So it's not even a point for me to really break down these fights that, you know what I mean, Abel's saying, hey, it's up to Golovkin. So in the past, Abel never really had a problem putting his bid in. Like when it was, you know what I'm saying, when it was Canelo, he was talking about how bad they wanted to fight Canelo. He wasn't like, oh, it's up to Golovkin. But when it's Charlo, oh, it's up to Golovkin. This was a couple years. Listen, people. Look how tiny Canelo looks. Look how small Canelo looks next to the Charlos. And if one person brings up the size differential between Chavez Jr., then you don't know shit about boxing. Hey, Diana, whatever, you're tripping. Some of y'all motherfuckers don't listen. Just admit you're obsessed with certain fighters. That's because y'all aren't even breaking shit down. Like, where's that comment? Let me find it. I'm trying to find the comment. Okay, MPA used. Size don't matter when you got the skills. Listen, some of y'all just say cliche ass shit. Size matters for sure. Now, if you're highly skilled and you're more skilled than the other person, then there's a chance. Like Mayweather versus Canelo, Mayweather versus McDonald, size didn't matter in those situations. So you think Canelo beats Jermall Charlo in, like, let's say there's 10 statistical categories. You think Canelo has like 8 checked out, 8 of them boxes checked out, and Charlo only has like 1 or 2? You know what I'm saying? What are you saying? Like, some of you guys just run with cliche stuff. Oh, size doesn't matter. It's about skill. Yeah, that's true, but size does fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? When both guys have a level of skill, level of power, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If Canelo were to fight Daniel Jacobs and get gassed out, that's going to be bad. If he fought Charlo and he was gassed out and had stamina issues, that's going to be bad. And from what I've seen, both Jacobs and Charlo haven't really showed stamina issues. You know what I mean? At 160, Canelo has. Canelo admits he was tired in the Chavez Jr. fight. And everyone's seen that he was tired versus Golovkin. Canelo dropped Khan. Size matter. See, and that's another thing. The other people can't, like British Prescott, big puncher for Colombia. Danny Garcia, big puncher. Canelo knocked him out with 1 punch. Them other guys hurt Khan, and he was like at least trying to get back up, shit like that. Marcos, A, you sound stupid. Khan's chin, I could drop Khan. Man, stop. You probably couldn't drop Khan. You know, you probably wouldn't even be able to set it up to the point where you would catch Khan. I just seen him in the gym the other day, and he's fast as shit. But besides that, like I just said, prove this wrong. Marcos Maidana, Danny Garcia, British Prescott, them guys hurt Khan, but they didn't get him out of there. Like, you know what I mean, in terms of where he was sleep. You know what I mean? British Prescott had him like definitely hurt, definitely badly hurt. Danny Garcia had him hurt, but he was still getting up and attempting to get up. When he fought Canelo, he was out. Like his eyes were open and he was sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So that size, it shows you size matters. And that's a silver medalist. Canelo has no medal, no Olympic pedigree. And listen, I'm telling y'all the keys to the game. If Canelo is so much okay, MPA, let's just do a hot seat because you sound pretty pretty slow. You said, so you're saying Jermall would sleep Canelo. When did I ever say Jermall would sleep Canelo? I didn't even give a fight prediction. So when did I say that? You know what I mean? Why are you asking me questions about stuff I never even said? So let's just do a hot seat. And we'll see who has a better argument. You know, so you're saying Jermall Charlo, he can beat Canelo in bowling, huh? Like, I didn't say that. Talk about what I said. But there's a chance he could sleep Canelo for sure. But I didn't even say that. I didn't say that's a guaranteed outcome. So let's just do a hot seat. So you said Canelo it's all about size doesn't matter. It's about skill. Who would you say has better footwork? Jermall, we'll just go through the list. Who has better footwork? Jermall or Canelo? This is how I'm gonna bury you. Who has better footwork? All you have to do is just answer the questions honestly, and we'll know if you're lying, because no one's gonna agree with you. Okay, so you said Jermall has the better footwork. Who has more power at 160 pounds in your opinion? Canelo or Jermall? More power at 160. No other weight division. Okay, I disagree with you. I don't think Canelo has more power than Jermall at 160. Now let's let the fans vote. Fans, who has more power at 160? Jermall or Canelo? No, I'm just gonna let the fans vote. Y'all smoking dope. Charlo, Canelo, Jermall, Canelo, Jermall. Listen, you guys don't send super chats when I'm doing a hot seat because I'm not getting to them. And I don't want them to get lost in translation. I always tell people it's not the... Now, this is, okay, keep in mind, this is not to say Canelo has no power. But to say he has more power 160, I think Jermall has more power. And more people voted for Charlo, but there were some people that picked Canelo. Okay, so moving on. Who's overall more athletic? Upper body and feet. Charlo or Canelo? MPA. Who's more athletic? Who's more athletic? Equal? See, you're a groupie because you know, if you answer the real way, you know that you're getting bodied. You're talking about, so everything, the power. First you said Canelo had more power, then you said it's equal. Then I asked you who's more overall athletic, and you're saying it's equal because Canelo improved a lot. It ain't no fucking equal. Charlo is way more athletic than Canelo. And again, this is not to say Canelo has no athleticism. It's when we're comparing. But anyway, we'll keep going. Who has a better, more consistent jab? Exactly. King Corleone just said it. Canelo has slow feet. If Canelo had faster feet, then I would say you already see King Corleone, the shooter, already fucked you up. King Corleone fucked you up because you already admitted Jermall had better footwork. And footwork is part of the athleticism because I said better overall. So you already said that Jermall had the better footwork. And we all know Canelo has slow feet. But then when it came to overall athleticism, you still said Canelo and Jermall were equal. Now, anyway, moving on. Who has a better, more consistent jab? So including the reach of the jab too, like the length, because if two people have a good jab and then one person has longer arms, then I would say if they both have a good jab, the person with the longer arm is going to be able to get it off better. So who has the better, more consistent, longer jab? Where are you at, MP? Charlo, by a little. Hey, bro. Let's just you getting tore up. Okay, this is how I know you're a groupie, you're a man fan. Because you don't want to admit simple things. You don't want to admit simple things because you know it's digging you in a hole. So you're like, oh, who has a better jab? Oh, Charlo by a tiny bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to admit all these things because you know it's getting worse for you. So anyway, just because you want to lie, Canelo, he's 5'9" and his reach is 70 and a half. 5'9", and I don't even think he's fully 5'9". Charlo, he's 6 foot 73, so he already has a long 73 and a half. And I don't even have to get an answer to this. Who's been through more wars, Canelo or Jermall Charlo? Let's see if you try to skew this. Who's been through more wars, like harder fights? Canelo's been through more wars and harder fights? Exactly. We all know, because that's what some people say. They say, oh, Charlo don't have the resume. So once again, when it comes back to it, if we're looking on paper, stylistically, it's a good fight, but we just looked at all the individual metrics. So I want to know now from you, MPA, why Canelo? Why you made it sound like you think Canelo would dominate Charlo or beat him easy? Basically explain why Charlo or why Canelo would win and why Charlo would lose. After we just broke down all these categories. I never said he would dominate or beat him easy. Okay, but you said he would beat him. So explain why you favor Canelo. Okay, Darrell Smith he says Canelo has more experience at the weight. False. Canelo fought Chavez Jr. at 164.5, and then he fought Golovkin at 160. So he has one fight at 160. Jermall Charlo has one fight at 160. So that's not even accurate. Who next? Juan Castaneda, you sound stupid. You talking about who has more heart? I mean, neither one of them have showed a lack of heart. So how would I know who has more heart unless they're giving up or lived through some crazy thing? You know what I mean? Like, how? That's a stupid question because it's like nobody showed. It's not like either one of them did a Victor Ortiz or something where they quit. So how would I know who has more heart? King Corleone knows. He said that's such a fanboy statement. LOL. He said who has more heart? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like y'all try to give Canelo some kind of advantage. Like I'm just gonna say, oh, Canelo has more heart. I don't know who has more heart. You know what I mean? They should fight each other and we'll see who has more heart. You know what I mean? If it gets down to the nitty gritty in the trenches. But Marcos, you sound crazy because you're saying Canelo has more IQ and he has proven heart, but that doesn't mean Jermall Charlo doesn't have heart because we haven't seen him in a certain situation. Ultimately, you don't know what someone's heart like is until they get into a compromising situation. Canelo has no advantage over Charlo, period. Oh, here's another one, MPA, since you're waiting forever. Who has better stamina, Charlo or Canelo? Who at 160, who has better stamina? Who has better stamina at 160, Canelo or Charlo, from what we've seen? Or just career-wise, better stamina. They both were at 54 at a point. See, everyone says Charlo. Charlo for sure. See, so that's what I'm saying. Like, bottom line is a good fight, and I'm not sleeping on Canelo. Like I said, believe it or not, I don't care. Canelo is one of my favorite fighters, but when we talk about boxing, I give you a fair shake. I give you my honest assessment. And personally, I think, this is my personal opinion, I believe that Jermall Charlo or Daniel Jacobs for Canelo is a tougher fight than Gennady Golovkin. Not saying Golovkin is a bum or a slouch, but stylistically, I think Daniel Jacobs or Charlo is a more difficult fight for Canelo. Period. I really do. Because Golovkin is slow. I would say Jacobs and Charlo have more speed. You look at the J-Rock uppercut that he landed. That takes a level of like timing, speed, and swiftness to execute that. CSTC boy says, nah, I disagree. Well, I mean, that's cool. You should, on your channel, make videos about how you disagree and how Golovkin's a tougher fight. I don't see that. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to coattail off of what I'm doing. I'm giving you my opinion. If you disagree, make a video. Make a video about it. Build your fan base up and see how many people agree with you. From what I've seen, Charlo, because a lot of black fighters, especially the ones that I'm naming right now, Charlo and Jacobs, they have a level of athleticism. They have a level of athleticism, and they're bigger than Canelo. Listen, Piet, you sound like a casual. Like, y'all casuals don't even try to hide yourself. You don't even attempt to hide it. Piet says, who did Charlo beat though? That's like one of the most casual of comments, because everybody has a starting point. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, prior to Kell Brook, people were saying the same shit about him. But guess what? He went overseas and beat Kell Brook ass and made him take a knee like Colin Kaepernick. You know what I mean? And then he dogged Lamont Peterson. So there has to be a starting point. And beyond that, a lot of people fail to mention this, is the fighters in question where their resumes are suspect or whatever. You motherfuckers as fans and other fighters and their teams or promoters or whatever aren't giving those guys an opportunity to get that scalp on their resume if they can do it, because they're making an excuse why the fight should not happen. So listen, almost everybody like that who has a resume that doesn't meet the masses consensus of a good resume. Some people have questions on Terrence Crawford's resume. Then why doesn't Pacquiao, when Bob Arum, I can show you, when Bob Arum was saying he wanted to make Pacquiao versus Crawford, Pacquiao didn't give him that chance. Freddie Roach made excuses. Freddie Roach made excuses. Oh yeah, an African American and a Filipino won't sell. What about Mayweather and Pacquiao? They hold the record. So it's like almost all of the people, Jermall Charlo, Deontay Wilder, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, the fans use the most casual rhetoric saying, oh, they haven't proven themselves. Just look at their resume. But you won't give them the opportunity to have a good resume, because you also help promote the fight not happening. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andrade, that's another one. He called Canelo a bitch, literally, on, I think, the Boxing Voice. You know what I'm saying? You know, Abel Sanchez told, listen, this is all facts. He told DBN that, I guess because Charlo said something like, I want them 3 little G's or something like that. That's what Dante said to Abel Sanchez. And then the next thing from Abel Sanchez's mouth was, oh, that's disrespectful. Now I'm going to purposely make him wait because he disrespected. Like, what era of boxing is this where if someone disrespects you, who has no reason to like you because you're food, you're a foe, you're an opponent, you're a nemesis, you're an enemy, you're a rival, right? I'm not going to give them the fight because they said something that I think is disrespectful. That don't even make sense. because Mike Tyson flipped out. He flipped the fuck out on national TV. He's like, I don't know, man. I buried my brother. He's like, I didn't train for this fight. He's like, I don't know, man. What? Yeah, Lennox, I'm coming for you, sweetie. Lennox, he's no conqueror. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, he's no Alexander. I'm a eat his kids. Like, the motherfucker's talking about eating Lennox's kids, and Lennox still gave him the fade. Lennox Lewis didn't say, like, oh, I'm not fighting him. He talking about my children. That's more reason to want to beat the brakes off him, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't buy that. Like, I think Amir Khan kind of said that. Oh, Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn disrespected. They don't ever get to fight. Like, shouldn't that be more? If you know you could beat someone, shouldn't that be more reason why you want to beat them? Because they violated. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand this era of boxing where if someone says something that like Daniel Jacobs, he didn't pull out of the fight with Luis Cuba Arias because Luis Cuba Arias was like, who gonna hit the deck? He gonna hit the deck. He been dropped. I seen him dropped in the amateur. Luis Cuba Arias was violating. He was talking a lot of trash to Daniel Jacobs. A lot. You know what I'm saying? He talked a lot of trash. Would be more TV. I don't deal with beggars. There you go. I want the hot seat, bro. Well, you're not getting it. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, trash talk. Some fighters do it, some fighters don't. You know what I mean? Felix Diaz told Terrence Crawford, he was like, you got forced into taking this fight. I've been calling you out. You've been scared. And Crawford went and beat the brakes off him. Yo, ask for the hot seat one more time. Would be more TV, and you're gonna be more Inwood, because we're gonna put you in a casket. Ask me one more time for the hot seat. We're not worried about you. We just vibing and we just talking. So if you keep showing that sign of nobody likes a desperate man, especially another man. So you gonna really be more Inwood. There's gonna be more wood around you when you in that casket. Like, I'm like, hey, Daniel Jacobs, oh, put me in the hot seat. Hot seat me. Get me, ego. Like, what do you mean, get me, ego? Leave me alone, man. It'd be one thing if it was like a chick or something. Can I get the hot seat? Yeah, okay. Funny, haha. Bye-bye. Get him up out of here, man. I'm like the Sandman on the Apollo. I'm not playing these games. Can I get the hot seat? He asked like 3 times. I'm the Candy Man. Say my name 3 times like Candy Man. Better fold on your ass like an avalanche. Beetlejuice out this motherfucker. Can I get the hot seat? Ask again. Okay. Yeah, DBN had some real good questions for Abel Sanchez. Real good questions. Because he's like, he also brought up, I think, oh, but you fought Dominic Wade. Like, man, listen, the politics is so easy to see. And I feel like trainers, fighters, promoters, stuff, they're better off like rehearsing. You got to know what the questions that, you know, I mean, go on forums and see what people are talking about. You got to have to forward think a little bit and know what the fans want to know. Yo, we got to get the likes up. They just stopped. We're over 200 people in the chat. Shmoney Gang, Ego Army, Ego Mafia. I told you we are the mob money on top of boxing. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Hit the like button, smash the like button. Let's get it. I told you 2018 we taking over. Abel was frustrated boy. Shout out to Darrell Smith. He said Wade got his chance, but Charlo can't. LOL. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make sense to. You're better off just being like, you know what? Truth be told, Mayweather Promotions, the way they're handling, I know a lot of people don't like it, because I would love to see Tank versus Lomachenko, for the record. But the way they're handling it, even Keith Thurman, it's not favorable to a lot of people. But at the same time, they're pretty much getting the monkey off their back. Mayweather Promotions has made it very clear that their immediate plans and their path don't consist of fighting Lomachenko. They've all but said that. Same thing with Keith Thurman. Whether we like it or not, you gotta at least respect that Keith Thurman is that brazen and that blunt, where he's like, man, the question was like, you gonna, Errol Spence look great, you're a 2-belt champion, are you gonna keep the fans waiting and salivating? Keith Thurman said straight up, not gonna happen, baby. 2018, not gonna happen. He said it straight up. So, I mean, at least in those situations, they're getting the monkey out the back. But Abel Sanchez, in that interview, he's kind of pulling the knife out slow. You know what I'm saying? Because he's making different reasons why the fight can't happen. And then if you analyze those reasons consistently, it doesn't really make sense. Like someone said, Darrell said, Wade got a shot. Willie Monroe got a shot. And one of them was a mandatory. Wade was the mandatory. Willie Monroe wasn't. But all of a sudden, Charlo, that's just, why should we fight him? And who has he beat? What has he done at middle? I mean, really, what did Willie Monroe do at middleweight? It's not like his name was just like ringing all bells. You know what I mean? What did Dominique Wade do? He was coming off a loss to Sam Solomon, a guy who has like 11, 12 losses and a bum knee, and he's 41, 40-something. It's business, man. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. Like, yeah, at least just be real. Like Keith Thurman, 2018, not gonna happen, baby. You gotta wait. Not gonna see it. Like, at least just be like that. Like, oh, we ain't fighting Charlo. Not gonna see it, baby. You know what I mean? But to me, that's a little bit worse, because it's a way of like snaking out of the fight, but you're also not giving credit. You know what I'm saying? So again, Abel Sanchez, in that interview, he says that Jermall Charlo is going to knock out a guy he recruited as a sparring partner for multiple camps, Hugo Centeno Jr. He's picking Charlo. So you have to know he's good, because a guy you pick for sparring for Golovkin is you're saying he's going to get knocked out. Then later in the interview, he said that Charlo's better than Dominique Wade. So what's the problem? And I already said last night on the stream, Curtis Stevens was probably the most disrespectful out of all Golovkin opponents. He had a casket with Golovkin's name on it, and he had dudes from the block, you know what I mean, from Brownsville or whatever, Bedford-Stuyvesant, praying over the Golovkin casket. So how did he get a shot? You know what I'm saying? And Golovkin was mad at the press conference, like, hey man, are you serious? So that doesn't even make sense. If we're talking about, if disrespect takes you out of contention, then how did Curtis Stevens get the fight? You know what I'm saying? So once again, to me, Curtis Stevens was shorter than Golovkin by a lot. So that was them picking. It's just kind of like Pacquiao, as them picking who they feel they match up well with. Shout out to Zihan, 2-pound super chat, Shmoney gang. That's kind of what it is. You know Charlo's good. You know he's talented. That's why you said he beats Hugo Centeno Jr., a guy you kept around for sparring for Golovkin. But at the end of the day, you don't want to give him full credit, or, you know what I mean, take the spotlight off your fighter onto him. Like, oh man, he's dope, blah, blah, blah. Hugo Boss, stop with the, see, some of the fans are the worst, man. I might call Elon Musk and see if I could take a Tesla to Mars or some shit. Cause you fans, man, it's despicable. I don't even want to be associated with boxing fans. But Triple G, you said Triple G is older, and then his next comment is Triple G will KO Charlo. So what was the point of even telling us about how Triple G's older if he's gonna KO Charlo? Why didn't you just say Triple G will KO Charlo? Abel Sanchez is the best trainer. That's cool. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get on here, you see, and start going in on Abel and saying he's a bad trainer. I'm from Sweden. Okay, Badu Jack, why are you telling me where you're from? I love Triple G. Man, leave me alone, because you just sound like a man fan. Triple G's older. That's an excuse. Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo, and he was older than Triple G is, if Triple G were to fight Charlo this year. Period. So stop with the excuses. So you're basically saying Floyd Mayweather was more skilled. That's why he had the ability to have longevity in the sport. Whereas Golovkin and Pacquiao and these other fighters, their age constantly comes up. Oh, but Pacquiao, he's old. He's been through wars. Oh, well, I mean, he should have worked on his defense. Triple G isn't a runner. Well, it doesn't look like he's running towards Charlo. It's okay. You've been putting stupid shit. Let's go. We got another hot seat. Juan Castaneda. He says it's funny how you protect your favorite fighter's fanboy. Who did I protect? See, y'all always say this stupid shit where, oh, you're defending Deontay Wilder. You're defending. Who am I defending? Who did I protect? What am I protecting them from? Juan, let's have it. You're in the hot seat. What did I protect? What am I protecting them from? See, now the fans want explanations. Because y'all always see that old bullshit that y'all used to do before new media was around. It don't work no more. Oh, you're racist. Oh, you're protecting this person. You're defending him. What am I protecting them from? Okay, get to the examples. Mostly black fighters. Okay, so who did I protect? You did not even listen. You got one. You already wasted 2 responses. You got 1 more. Okay, I'm protecting mostly black fighters, so give us an example. It should be easy. You said plural. You said fighters. Should be easy, right? It should be easy. They troll on you, ego. It don't matter. I get paid. I get paid for this. So, you know what I mean? They can troll me, and then I make an example. Everyone's entertained and eating popcorn, and then we move on. Be Charlo's promoter, bro. Now, does this look like this is any competition for me? I asked him, Juan Castaneda, a simple question, and he refuses to answer. He says, be Charlo. Okay, you said I was protecting somebody. Then I keep asking you continually, and you say, be the Charlo's promoter. Okay, how did I protect Crawford, or how did I protect Charlo? What am I protecting them from? Oh, no. We don't need who else. You just named 2. So tell me how I protected Charlo and how I protected Crawford. This is some easy ass work. How did I protect him? What did I protect him from? See, that's what I'm saying. They're so used to saying the dumb shit and not getting called. I'm neutral. Bro, you got 1 more response. I'm neutral to all fighters. Fuck all that. Explain how I protected Charlo or Crawford and what I protected them from. If you put anything else, bye-bye, you're out of here. So play around if you want to, or put a joke or whatever you think is funny, you are out of here. And everyone's going to know what it is. If you put 1 more response that doesn't answer the question, then you're out of here. Talking about, oh, you protected Crawford. What did I protect him from? What did I protect Charlo from? But I want to see Charlo in a tough fight with a guy like Golovkin, and y'all motherfuckers talking about who's Charlo beat. So then that's going to be a hell of a step up if he fights Triple G. So how's that protecting him? That they never get big fights. Let's vote. He ain't talking about shit. He can't fuck with me. Once again, y'all, a lot of y'all motherfuckers saying Charlo ain't fought no one. Who's he beat? So obviously if he fights Golovkin, middleweight champion, who's undefeated, then that's going to be a huge step up. So how's that protecting him when I'm actually pushing him to a tough fight? Let's vote. Everybody put your L's up if you got that L. Shooter. One of my shooters, get Juan up out of here. He's in a body bag. One of my shooters. Shooters, did we get Juan up out of here? Juan Castaneda, thank you. All right, we got another hot seat just like that. His name is Vincent Evans. He says, ego bias as hell. Why am I biased? And I'm not giving you that as many chances as I gave him because I know you're wasting people's time. So Vincent Evans, ego bias as hell, but you keep watching me, but I'm biased, cool. So, in the hot seat, explain to us. What am I biased? What did I say? Be specific. Use examples. We're waiting. Vincent. Vincent, explain quick. See, they waiting. Bias equals you don't hate black fighters, apparently. Bet we get no response. I mean, always. That's what I'm saying. But see, this, they get called out. See, this, our live streams is lit. No. You're not doing this. Jermall hasn't earned Canelo. Explain how I'm biased as hell. And again, what you just said was some bullshit too, because the winner of Canelo Centeno is the #1 mandatory for the WBC. So technically, if Canelo gets past Triple G, or if Triple G gets past Canelo, he has earned them. So that was off, what you just said. Now, since I answered your question, how am I biased? Acting like they ducking him. How am I biased? Give examples. You got one more response because you're wasting everyone's time. One more response. See, this video talks back. This is not just where you just, oh yeah, ego's biased, ego's racist, and then dip out. Now you have to answer to what you say. He's not gonna get out of this. You know what I mean? Bringing up all this other stuff. Well, you explained to me. Nope. Answer my question. How am I biased? Give me an example. Don't say anything vague. The fans want to know. Shooter's already on deck, ready to clap you. They already got the wrench by their name and they ready. Come on, Vincent. Vince. Where you at, Vince? Oh, Vincey. And again, I've already burned that example. Oh, how has he earned Golovkin? Okay. How did Dominique Wade earn Golovkin? Willie Monroe. Oh, Charlo hasn't beat anyone to earn Canelo. Okay, so who did Amir Khan beat at 154, 155 to fight Canelo? Who did Liam Smith beat to fight Canelo? All right, Shooter. Oh, there he is. He's not a champion, has not beat anyone. Okay, my last question to you is, how did Amir Khan, who wasn't even a champion at the division, wasn't even in the division, how did he get a fight with Canelo? Explain that. When everyone wanted to see Canelo fight Triple G. I didn't say Liam Smith. I said Amir Khan. And James Kirkland didn't have a belt. But anyway, so explain that. Come on, Vince. So if it's all about belts, if fucking Chavez Jr. didn't have a belt, because they don't have a belt for 164.5, a made-up division. Jermall is not a bigger draw than Amir. Okay, what about James Kirkland? You're not going to get out of this. There's no way. James Kirkland didn't have a belt and Canelo fought him. So he's a super much bigger name in Texas than Charlo is in Texas, where they had the fight. You got to do something, baby. So James Kirkland's from Texas. Charlo's from Texas. See, they're not that King Corleone. You see, they trying to find a way. Listen, oh, he wasn't a champion. Liam Smith was a champion. Okay, what about Khan? Oh, Khan's a bigger draw. Okay, James Kirkland. There's no escape. There's no escape. Kirkland was less risk. Now we're getting somewhere. So now it's about Canelo fighting a less risk. Get him out of here. So first, hold on. Let me get this straight. You were mad because you said I was implying that Canelo or Triple G was ducking. And then your final comment before you got zipped the fuck up was Kirkland was less risk. So what does that mean to you? You don't want to fight Charlo because he's a higher risk, but you were willing to fight Kirkland. See, you're all out of options. Hey, shooters, y'all know what to do. Get this man out of here. I promise you I put this man in that ground. He getting that earth nap in this stream. See, I don't even know. He's trying to put something else. Man, listen. There's no escape. There's no way out. Because you could do this all day. Like, why did Golovkin fight so-and-so? Oh, he was a mandatory. Okay, why'd he fight Willie Monroe? Bye-bye, Vincent. So he did all that, got mad. He said I was biased, didn't prove I was biased. He said, oh, you're trying to make it like Canelo's ducking Charlo. But then at the end of his statement, he says, oh, he fought Kirkland because he was less risk. So now it's about fighting the guy who's the less risk. You know what I mean? Again, I thought y'all hated when Floyd Mayweather was perceived to do that. When y'all said Floyd Mayweather wasn't taking legacy fights. See, again, a lot of boxing fans are full of shit. Make sure y'all smash the like button. We just grinding, people. We talking good old boxing talk. Putting some people in that hot seat. But like I said before, a lot of people that this is what the fans do. They have they hold a fighter's resume over them. Like, oh, why? Look at Charlo's resume. Who's he really beat? Look at Deontay Wilder's resume. Who's he really beat? Look at Errol Spence. But you know, they're all three of them guys that I just named. Oh, look at Terrence Crawford. They've all pushed for major big fights, and through no fault of their own. It's not like they didn't have great performances. It's not like they don't have the look. It's not like it doesn't make business sense. Through no fault of their own, those greater names don't seem like they want to fight them and give them the opportunity. So it's a catch-22 where you'll never be satisfied because they're not going to have the names because you motherfuckers allow them to not fight that person. You know what I mean? Oh, who is Wilder really beat? So despite the people that failed drug tests, okay, Anthony Joshua's not failing drug tests, but he said initially 2018, 19, 2020, maybe. You know what I mean? When it's the right time, I'll decide, right? Joseph Parker got called out by Deontay Wilder. I never seen an immediate response. Tyson Fury has been on the sidelines and he didn't have his life together. So who is Deontay Wilder really supposed to fight that would have gave him this marquee name? You know what I'm saying? Klitschko? You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know the logistics. I don't know if Klitschko was really, he sparred with him, but I don't know if he was really checking for him and be like, yeah, I want to fight him. He did with Joshua because Joshua is this hot, young, like, rising stud fighter or whatever. And they knew they could make, win, lose, or draw, you'll make a lot of money with him because of the UK Wembley fan base and shit. Every time Ego praises a non-black fighter, these idiots are silent. Exactly. But I get this tag or whatever from idiots that I only praise black fighters. Not to mention I'm biracial, so I don't give a fuck what race you are. You know what I mean? Because I'm not even all of one race. So, you know what I mean? I don't care about that type of shit. There's a lot of talented black fighters. That's bottom line what it is. But they mad. They get mad at that. That's not my fault. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you complain about Charlo's resume, just please listen to me. Are y'all here? If y'all want to hear this point, just can I get a hell yeah? I want y'all to really soak this in. Just explain this to me. Explain the meaning. Can I get a hell yeah? If y'all want to hear this and absorb this, since I'm so biased and all that, just tell me if this makes sense. Tell me if this makes any sense to you. Okay, people have a problem with, let's say, Jermall Charlo's resume, right? But as soon as you match him with a non-black fighter, because I always notice nobody has a problem with Charlo fighting Demetrius Andrade, nobody has a problem with Charlo fighting Daniel Jacobs, but as soon as you match him with a top non-black fighter, right? Let's just throw it all out there in the open. You match him with a top level, great name, great fighter that is non-black, then you hear those same people who are mad at Charlo's resume, they all of a sudden say, what has he done to deserve Canelo? But I thought this is about resume building. I thought you want to see what Charlo's really made of. What on earth has he done to warrant a Golovkin? So despite that he's ranked with the WBC, and if he beats Hugo Centeno Jr., he'll be Golovkin's #1 mandatory, that's the bullshit that they say. What has he done to deserve it? But I thought you just want to see him prove himself. So in actuality, you don't want him to prove himself. You don't want to see that. You want to continually call him a cherry picker, say his resume is light, and things like that. You really don't want to see it. If you really want the best for somebody, right? All right, Breon Thomas, hot seat. Weak as fuck argument, if you ask me. Well, come get bodied then. Hot seat. You in the hot seat, my friend. So it's a weak argument. Explain how it's weak. Prove it wrong. We got a hot seat, people. Grab your popcorn. Grab your popcorn. Like Jay-Z said, I will not lose. Breon Thompson, you've continually said stupid shit in these streams. Bro, I was having side talk. Oh, well, you sound like you talking to me, so you're not talking to me. But anyway, Jermall Charlo, if you hate his resume so bad, then why don't you want to see him fight Canelo? He hasn't earned it. But Amir Khan did. James Kirkland did. Triple G. Those would be the name. And this is what they always do. Terrence Crawford. Oh, I don't like his resume. The only person he beat was Gamboa, even though that's not true. Only person he beat was Gamboa, and he was smaller. Okay, Bob Arum wanted to make the Pacquiao fight. It's a great fight. Made sense. And Pacquiao's team didn't want the fight. It's very clear. That's what they do. And that's how they keep you in a box. They try to keep you in a box. You know what I'm saying? The little, we'll call it Pandora's box. It's like they want to complain about your resume, but they don't want to give you the opportunity to really prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I'm a firefighter. See, y'all know I'm the king of analogy, so let's say it. Let's say I'm a fighter and I'm trying to get promoted, trying to get to the next level. Hey, Breon Thompson, who are you talking to? Because every time I say stuff, I keep seeing you in the comment section. So are you talking to me? You said fuck out of here. Are you talking to me? Because I keep seeing your name after I'm talking. You got to start putting people's name. If you're talking to someone else, put, oh, Joe Glass Joe or something. Because I'm watching your name, man. Because it sounds like you trying to get at me. Anyway. Let's say I'm a firefighter, right? And I'm trying to get promoted, right? And the only way I could get promoted is if I respond to let's say five heavy duty, like 5 alarm fires, and help with extinguishing them and putting them out. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get promoted, right? Every time in my city that there's a call for one of these major fires, these 4 or 5 alarm fires, a barn, 2-story house, and then I'm like, okay, cool. Now I can prove myself and show them that I'm ready for the next level, right? And there's a major fire. We get the call at the station. They're rallying the troops. I can go, but then they don't let me go. They're just like, no, stay right here and hold the fort down. Then I'm never gonna get promoted, because every single time there's a fire of that magnitude, which is just what I need to prove myself, they never let me respond to those calls with the rest of the guys. That's how it is in this boxing game. Oh, Jermall Charlo, look at his resume, people. Look at it. Okay, let's see him fight his mandatory Golovkin. No! They always got that mad little Muppet face when you and especially when it's like one of the ESPN top 5 fighters. All right, let's see Charlo versus Golovkin. No! I don't want to see that. He doesn't earn it. Or they just make up a fight prediction. Charlo will get knocked out, so there's no point to see it. Just take my word for it. He's getting knocked out. End of story. Facts. That's what they do. Motherfuckers be lying and just just fuck around and put facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. But like I said with the firefighter analogy, it's like, how can I ever promote to the next level like I want to, and I could never go out on those calls? They always tell me to stay behind. So, and then on top of that, let's say my sergeant or whatever it's called at a fire station, let's say he was like, yeah, man, you need to get to the next level. You've been here, blah, blah, blah. So how is it that you want me to get to the next level, but then I'm capable? I tell you I'm ready, I'm geared up, and then you won't let me go. You know what I mean? That's what they do with these fighters. No, Terrence Crawford, his resume is real light. Real light, you see? He should fight Pacquiao. No! He doesn't deserve a Pacquiao. It's like, it's dumb. It doesn't make sense. Shout out, we got another super chat. BOE1, $5 super chat. He says, I lost respect for Abel Sanchez after hearing him say in the interview that he didn't want to talk about Charlo and his #1 ranking by the WBC. Like I said, it's not adding up to me, because Golovkin has fought guys lesser than Charlo. He really has. So why is it now that... And you know what the cold part about it is? Cold part about it is Charlo, listen. Oh my gosh, this shit is too easy, people. I need a raise, man, because I'm raising the bar right now. This shit is too easy. Listen, I just thought of another good point. Just listen to this. Hear me out. Jermall Charlo has been vocal about fighting Canelo or Triple G, right? He's like, I want them, give me them little G's, I'll fight Canelo, let's prove who's the best, right? And Abel's like, nah, he don't deserve it. Meanwhile, like 50 said, what I mean is, how come Dominique Wade, they got kind of like, I hate to use this, but like a pimp and a hooker, they got chose on. You know what I'm saying? Team Triple G chose them. I never once heard Dominique Wade, previously to the fight being made, I never heard him call out Triple G. You feel what I'm saying? I never heard Willie Monroe just like, yeah, we're Triple G, give me that work. He kind of got chose on, you know what I mean? Got chose. And then the fights were made, and then they said whatever they said. But he didn't, none of them guys really called. No, none of them guys really called out Golovkin. The fight just kind of got made. You feel what I'm saying? But Charlo's actually calling for the work. And once again, Team Triple G, they loved the notion of when people were ducking them. Sergio Martinez, Cotto, Billy Joe Saunders at a point in time. They love being able to say that. Now you got a guy who's not ducking you. I guess that's what it is. That's the switch. This is what, okay, put it this way. Oh, I got another example for y'all. Okay, Errol Spence has been calling out Keith Thurman aggressively. Fact. So let's say Keith Thurman all of a sudden switches gears, and then Keith Thurman is like, man, Errol Spence can get that work. I'll be ready by December, blah, 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 blah. Right? And then Keith Thurman is about that life, and all of his interviews support that he wants to fight Errol Spence in December. Right? Then imagine Errol Spence now kind of backing off of the gas pedal. I know he wouldn't do that because I know dude. You know what I'm saying? But hypothetically, let's say then all of a sudden Errol Spence is like, now he seems like more calm and he doesn't really want to fight. So then to me, that now it's starting to seem like, if that was the case, that Errol Spence was happy when Keith Thurman looked like he was avoiding him or didn't want to fight or whatever. And now that it got real, and now that he's being called out back, now he's kind of changed his tone. That's what it seems like with Golovkin. When Golovkin was the boogeyman or whatever you want to call him, and Cotto clearly didn't want to fight him, Billy Joe Saunders, Chris Eubank, whoever, Sergio Martinez, they enjoyed that. But now you got a guy who's fresh, adequate, you know what I mean, sized, power puncher, and he's calling out Triple G after probably everyone they've seen his last couple of fights. They're like, oh man, this dude, he's beatable. You know what I mean? Now he's calling him out, and then now you see, oh, why should we fight him? But this is what you said you wanted. You were waiting for someone to get the cojones, the balls, the stones, and muster them up to the point that they will challenge you, because nobody wanted to challenge you. You feel what I'm saying? So now that you finally got a person like Charlo who's challenging you, and he's like, give me that work, despite the outcome, then why are you discounting him? Even though he's on the verge of being a mandatory, you're just like, why should we fight him? Or even Edislani Lara. I mean, that was a red flag right there. Edislani Lara said everything. I don't even think, listen, I like Lara, but I don't think he'll beat Golovkin based on the style. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I would still watch it. You know what I mean? That was the Edislani Lara who actually trained and sparred with Charlo. Same thing. That was the first red flag. That was the first red flag, because Edislani Lara was calling out Charlo, and it was like, nah, why should we fight him? It doesn't make sense. It can't sell. This, it'll be boring. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like some picking and choosing right there. Shout out to BOE1, $2 super chat, gang gang. It says, I like Triple G, but the D-Wade fight is cherry picking facts. I mean, it was just mandatory, but my whole thing is if you like mandatories, then why not take this mandatory? Period. Why not take this mandatory? This is actually a mandatory people wouldn't mind seeing, from what I've seen, including me. Y'all let me know. Like, it just, my bottom line is this: the intentions and the intent and the motive, priorities, seems like they have changed with Team Golovkin. You couldn't get a fight, you say. Now that everybody's calling you out, not everybody, but Daniel Jacobs, I talked to him, he wants a rematch. Charlo's calling you out. Demetrius Andre did an interview with on the ropes boxing radio. He says he wants that work. Canelo wants a rematch, right? Billy Joe Saunders got his shit together, and now he wants to work. Now all of a sudden is different. Like this should be what you wanted. Errol Spence is in welterweight, and nobody's really giving him serious call outs. So if all of a sudden something happens and then everyone's calling him out, that's what you wanted, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, it doesn't make sense to me. This is what you signed up for. Like you said you wanted. You didn't like when people were ducking you and you couldn't get the meaningful fights. So now they're here, right in front of you, calling you for you. That seems like you would be elated because that's what you claim you wanted. And then now that one of the people who's going to be, per rules, a mandatory, if he wins his next fight, that same person is being kind of like dismissed. Why should we fight him? It's up to Golovkin. I don't know what's going to happen. He has to get past Centeno, and we got to get past Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't have a problem. Triple G's team didn't have a problem looking ahead when they were looking ahead at Canelo, when they had to get past whoever, Dominic Wade. They were still talking about Canelo before they got past Dominic Wade. But once again, what I feel it is like that guy said before he got banned in the hot seat. It's, you know, the threat level is real, and not saying that you absolutely would lose to the person, but you know that there's more of a threat that you can lose or not look your best against a certain person. So as a result, you'll just dismiss them and hope people stop talking about them, or they lose or whatever. Versus you fought Curtis Stevens, Willie Monroe, Matthew Macklin, Dominic Wade. You knew you had those fights in the bag. Adama, you know what I'm saying? You weren't really concerned that those guys could rip Martin Murray. You really had full confidence that them guys can't beat you. Same thing with Pacquiao. Look at Pacquiao. Pacquiao knew, unless he had like really been messed up from the Marquez knockout, he knew Brandon Rios couldn't beat him stylistically. You know what I mean? He knew Chris Algieri wasn't going to beat him. But then when it came to a Terrence Crawford, you know that's a different ballgame. That's why they didn't want to fight. That's why the fight to this day has not been made. And that's just what it is. Andre versus Charlo, who you got? Nobody. I got Charlo versus Golovkin or Charlo versus Canelo. That's what, I mean, that's his mandatory. I don't even know where Andre's at. I haven't heard nothing, no updates about his next fight. So I'm not, he's a great fighter, met dude, interviewed dude, but I don't even know where he's at. And I'm not going to keep switching the gear. So when you see the black versus the black, you know what I'm saying? When the fight that's logical would be the mandatory. People keep, like I said, that people want to keep sidetracked. Oh, what about Charlo versus Andrade? What about Charlo versus Daniel Jacobs? Those are great fights, but Charlo's on track with the WBC to be a #1 mandatory. So what about Charlo versus Canelo Triple G winner? Let's talk about that. Let's focus in on that and make that happen. And then hopefully Andrade could get some activity and then fight the winner or something like that. Jacobs could fight Sulchi or whatever his name is, and then fight a winner. Like get a Golovkin rematch or fight Charlo. You know what I mean? Fans want to always like take a detour. And we're not doing that. We're not falling for it. We're not falling for it. We're not taking that bait. There's a lot of good fights. But and see, this is the thing. When it comes to Triple G or Canelo fighting against Charlo, people keep bringing up business. I think that fight makes business sense. You know what I mean? Especially if they both look good. Canelo, Triple G winner, wins convincingly. And then Charlo, if he wins convincingly versus Centeno, you could put that in Texas easy. And people, they want the Black Murderers Row all over again, shaking my head off. That's true. That's what I'm saying. That's why you'll see those same fans that have Canelo as their profile or Triple G in their username. They'll keep bringing up when you bring up Charlo fighting a guy that might be that he's the mandatory to, like Canelo Triple G winner. They'll try to refocus the conversation on Charlo fighting against Daniel Jacobs, which again, it's a good fight, but why go the WBC route and collect bodies and work your way up the ladder only to jump off the ladder to fight a guy who lost to Triple G with no belt? That business-wise doesn't make sense. Yeah, and the other thing, speaking of J-Dog's comment, I don't even understand. He said something like the WBC doesn't pick the fight. So-and-so said, go die. Okay. You're out of here. Oscar got Canelo protected. Canelo not scared. Well, Canelo's a big boy. He's a boss. So if he really wants to fight, then he got to, just like he went in. Oscar admits on All Access, you guys can go watch it. Canelo versus Lara, All Access. Oscar admits on an episode of that, he did not want Lara to get the fight. He thought it was too dangerous and didn't like the style matchup. He said Canelo went in his office and demanded it because Lara tried to upstage him, embarrass him after the Angulo performance when he hopped on stage. So at the end of the day, Canelo, if he demands it hard enough, then sounds like he can get it. So if he gets past Golovkin and he really wants to fight Charlo, then ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Yiddy. But we got to get past this as real boxing fans. We got to get past it where it's just like, it's just a fantasy fight prediction, but motherfuckers don't want to see the fight. That's stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool to have. Everyone can have varying fight predictions on what would happen, but you should also do that, but be pushing for the fight. Go to Golden Boy's website. Go to Golden Boy's Twitter, Instagram. Go to K2 Promotions. Go to Triple G's page. Tell them what you want. Similar to like Lomachenko or Rigondeaux. You know what I mean? And to the point where they see it. Don't just do a fight prediction and then just run off. And then when people like myself want to see the fight and make a video, dislike, man, fuck this. Charlo doesn't deserve it. You know what I mean? Why? Dislike it, why? You know what I mean? Or try to explain why it doesn't need to happen. Like, come on, man. Fight predictions are cool, but push for the fight so we can see if your fight prediction's right. That's all I'm saying. Hashtag, let's see it. No, I didn't get to Jeff Horn. We can switch gears and talk about it. Jeff Horn, His trainer said that he's gonna shock Terrence Crawford. So, like I said, hashtag let's see it. Seeing is believing. I'm picking Bud Crawford. I seen the man live. I mean, full disclosure, I've never watched Jeff Horn fight live. Like, I mean, I've watched it live on TV, but I'm saying live in the flesh. I've never covered a Jeff Horn fight because he fights in Australia. I'm picking Crawford from what I've seen. Could be a good fight stylistically. I just gotta rock with Crawford. I think Crawford is just more versatile. He could switch southpaw, and Crawford has an advantage because he didn't fight Jeff Horn was fighting in Australia. No one really knew and stuff. So I really think Pat him. Like, oh, who the fuck is Jeff Horn? His name don't even sound threatening. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was in like middle school and someone was like picking on me, I'm like, I'm gonna get my big brother to come and fuck you up. Like, what's his name? Jeffrey Horn. I'm gonna get Jeff Horn. Jeffrey. Hey, yo, Jeffrey coming. Jeff Horn. Like, nobody would be afraid. Like, if you said, man, I'm getting fucking Debo to come fuck you up, you'd be like, oh shit. Like, Debo sounds like you'll do some damage, but not no Jeffrey Horn. To me, that don't sound like a name where I'll be like, oh fuck. Debo coming. That sounds scary, but not no, I'm gonna get my brother Jeffrey Horn. He gonna knock you out. I'll be like, call him. What's his phone number? I ain't losing no guy named Jeffrey Horn. So anyway, I think Pacquiao underestimated Jeff Horn, to be honest. But now that we all seen it and we know what could happen and he's tough and durable, Bud ain't gonna do that. Bud ain't gonna underestimate. Like, I'm not saying it's inevitable that he will win, but he's not gonna underestimate him. I guarantee you that, with the whole world seeing what happened in the first fight or the Pacquiao fight. See, and the other thing is Jeff Horn, his last two fights has been cut the fuck up. Good luck fighting Crawford like that. You know what I'm saying? With that scar tissue and stuff. He's just too rough and too wild. He's like, you know what I mean? If you get cut and all that. I mean, but actually the only flip side is this. A lot of times the people who are rough like that, a lot of times it's worse for their opponents than it is for them. Like, they might get a little bit of cut, but their opponent might get a huge gash. So, I mean, we'll see, but I'm not picking against Crawford until otherwise proven. You know what I mean? I've been on record. I don't see this changing. To me, the most difficult fight for Crawford at 147 is Errol Spence Jr. That's it. That's how I see it. And I'm not saying Errol Spence will beat him. I don't know. I really don't know Spence versus Crawford. I don't know who I'm picking. I I probably won't even pick, to be honest, because I really don't know. Because when you go, oh, Errol's too big and he's dedicated, pressure. Then I'm like, Crawford, switch hitter, skill. Like, it's just, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, man, we gotta get boxing back right. Gotta get it right, buddy. Danny winning this weekend. He should be the favorite. Do you ever watch old fights? Yeah, I do occasionally. I don't have a favorite battle rapper. I mean, I like Loaded Lux, Mook, like classic people. What's that dude? Fuck. I like Hollow the Dawn too, like his old shit. I haven't really seen all of his new one. Who's that skinny dude that Hollow the Dawn battled not too long ago? Skinny, dark-skinned cat. Fuck, what's his name? Yeah, Arsenal's dope. Tay-Rock, yeah, he's dope. Yeah, man. We just grinding. Who y'all picking this weekend? Make sure we get them likes up. Brandon Rios, versus Garcia. Who y'all picking? Brandon Rios, Garcia. Eubank Jr. versus Groves. Eubank Jr. Groves. That should be a good one. Groves with the upset. Do y'all think Eubank Jr. is better at 68? He's been looking pretty impressive. I don't know if the weight cut or whatever. He almost looks better than when he was at 160. Because didn't he stop his last dude and then stop the what's that dude? Reynald Quinlan or whatever his name is. Oh, yeah, he looked strong at 168. You think he was better at 160? He lost to Billy Joe Saunders at 160. He stopped bums. Fuck it. I mean, you got to work your way into the division. So who's the best 168 pounder? Gilberto Ramirez, James DeGale, Caleb Truex, what's his name? Groves, Eubank Jr. Who's the best? David Benavidez, he up there, right? Caleb Plant. Hey, what y'all think of David Benavidez versus Gilberto Ramirez? That's a good ass fight. Ramirez versus Benavidez, who wins? That's a good fight. I would really love to see that. Well, actually, Benavidez got to get past Ron Gavril, but if he does beat him again, then I would want to see it. What y'all think if Terrence Crawford, speaking of Benavidez, if Terrence Crawford gets past Jeff Horn, would you like to see him fight Jose Benavidez? Anybody picking Benavidez to beat Crawford? I can't see that. I can't see that. But shout out to Jose. I just think the inactivity and stuff, Crawford's just, he's been too active compared to Benavidez. Damn, he said nope, but a Swiss Army knife. I'm more excited for Joey Spencer's debut this Saturday than Rios Garcia. That's funny. But yeah, man, we got more stuff coming. I got more interviews from that day. I got one with Peter Quillen, Darrell's cousin. Make sure you follow my dude, Leon Lawson III. Young kid out of Flint, either Detroit or Flint. I think he's from Flint with the rest of them, the Darrells. But yeah, he's a fighter, turned pro recently. Darrell's cousin, he knows his stuff. I'm telling you, man, my young hitters they have an boxing knowledge. Like, they don't be on dumb shit either. They're kids, but they seem super grown mentally. Yeah, man. Wilder stops Ortiz. I'm picking Wilder, and I don't see it happening. I don't see it going the distance either way. And since I'm picking Wilder, so yeah, I guess Wilder versus Ortiz, I would pick Wilder stoppage. But hey, that motherfucker Ortiz he look big right now. Y'all want to see Ortiz? The East Coast ain't got hold on. Hold on. Let me show y'all. I was about to do an ego Weight Watchers. We'll do a live ego Weight Watchers right now. You dig? Motherfucker King Kong was looking big. I don't know. This is a good fight, man. Weight Watchers, aka Ill. Hey, this dude look kind of big though. He don't look kind of big. He looked like he lost some weight, like leaned down. Hey, this is a dangerous fight. How the fuck is this a Photoshop? Y'all be saying stupid shit, man. I'm about to get off the internet. Y'all say stupid shit. That's what photos. He ain't that fucking big to the point. He's always been big. You talk, you know, yeah. So this is a Photoshop, a video shop. It looks the same, but he looks like he lost weight. Hey, I'm about to do an ego Weight Watchers, man. Stay tuned to the channel. He's taking it serious for sure. Cause he looked like he looked a bit fatter. He looked like he lost some weight. Hey, this motherfucker's dangerous. I don't know. I'm still rocking with Wilder. Hey, that's a fight. That's a motherfucking fight. Truth be told, shout out to Wilder. He's taking a more dangerous fight than Joshua. Even though Joshua's a unification, so I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because I know some egos, man, that Joshua's doing it. I'm not mad that he's doing a unification. That's cool. One person, most of the belts. But what I'm saying is, like, Wilder, I think Wilder's fight is more dangerous. I'm saying this even if Joshua fought Ortiz too. I think Ortiz is more dangerous to Wilder or Joshua than Joseph Parker. But that means boxing, you never know. I don't know. I was thinking about going to Wilder Ortiz. I kind of want to, because that Wilder Bermain 2 was lit. That was a quick knockout. See, I had never covered a heavyweight main event before. The heavyweight fights that I covered were like co-main event or just on the undercard or some shit. So that was my first main event. It was the first round knockout. Ugh. Yeah, I seen harsh times with Christian Bale. Migos, he has 2 euros and it says dopamine doping. I don't know what that means. I don't know who's doping. Oh, you're going to the fight? Yeah, it should be a good one. Ortiz is not playing. Don't look like it. Ego, you should throw after parties after the fight so the fans know where to find y'all. Yeah, that sounds dope. See, the thing is, I be fucking around after the fight. I don't get to just party. I be uploading press conferences and interviews and stuff like that. So it just depends. I don't know. I don't usually go to party after. You know what I mean? Or I have to get my work done and upload it, and then I'll go meet up with people at the club or something. So we working on it. And with the super chats and, you know what I mean, different stuff like that, we're going to make some advancements. Believe in that. I'm a man of my word. But I don't speak too much unless it need to be spoke. Actions speak louder than words. Know that. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. It's been real. Shout out to y'all. Let's see if we can get some last minute likes in the building. I might do another live stream later, so just depends on the likes on this particular one. Holla at the kid. Happy Valentine's Day. Death Row East. Believe in that. Ego Valley. Believe in that. We working. Peace out. What time? I don't know. I don't have a certain time. I might run some errands. So I don't know. I think I'm going to watch that Chris Rock special too. He has a new comedy special. It's his first comedy special in like 8 to 10 years or some shit. Yeah, let's do I've been getting lazy. Let's do a closing roll call. And let's get the likes up. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes while we're doing this. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Hit the like button. We working. We need them 200 likes. City, state, zip. Let's go. Daly City, yeah, area. Canoga, Newport News, Norfolk, Virginia, Martinez, Fort Worth, Sheffield, Milwaukee, Denmark, Chi City, Tucson, SWAT, Bmore, Tulsa, Oklahoma, San Francisco. Yo, a couple more likes and we had our goal. 200 plus club. Florida, Louisville, Kentucky, Europa, Funky Town, Memphis, yes, Japan, yes. Told you, Eagle Army, Texas, we worldwide, baby. We just getting deeper. San Diego. Again, condolences go out to the people in Florida. That high school shooting today, very unfortunate. I'm gonna go watch the news, probably see the update. Cleveland, Ohio, Houston, Texas, I see you, man. I might do another live stream. Keep it locked. Hit the bell icon for notifications. Long Island, Phoenix, Houston, I see you. Thank you for the support. Wichita, Kansas, bruh, you the truth. Eagle Army, Eagle Mafia, I told you we are the mob. Money on top of boxing. Let's get it.